Man, that shit was crazy. Nah, but I guess I don't know, bro. How you been? How you been though?
I've been chilling.
You back from that? Oh wait, actually introduce yourself for the people. This is Tone, by the way.
My name is Antonio Espinosa. Grew up here in Brownsville, Texas. Moved to San Antonio last year, studying at UTSA. But now I'm back for the summer. Just chilling here now.
Proper, okay. That's what's up, though.
Yeah.
Hey, so, I mean, how you been though, bro? You been back for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been back for like 2 weeks now, bro. It's good. It's good. I like to be back.
You been going out for like 2 a.m. Right? You've been out till 2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Almost every day.
I
don't be humble. Don't be humble. Come on, man.
Yeah. I've been going out, having fun. I mean, reconnecting with like the homies from here, you know.
Yeah.
So,
you like partying, or do you do it just to socialize?
Honestly, I much prefer just sitting down like in my backyard, having some beers with like just my close friends, rather than actually like going out clubbing and stuff. But I still like clubbing, don't get me wrong. But as long as it's with my friends. I don't really like to approach like random people and stuff, you know? Like, I don't like being awkward and stuff when I'm out like in public or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's say I'm at a party or something and like I'm being introduced to some people I don't know. Inside I feel awkward as shit because I don't really know what to say. Mm-hmm. But it just comes off naturally where like I've gotten used to just like putting in the effort, you know? Like getting to talk to people and shit like that.
Okay, word. So you're more like introverted than extroverted?
I would say so, but like I just like put in the effort. You know?
Because I'm like a degenerate. I like that. Bro, I fucking love
just fucking
partying.
stupid, bro.
I stay up till 3 a.m. with random. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Bro. I don't give a fuck.
No, I mean, I used to be like that, honestly. Like, I would love partying and shit. But, like, now, I just like to be, like, more chill, you know?
When did it switch?
Huh?
When did it switch from you liking partying to you
I think after high school, or, like, really after COVID. Mm-hmm. Just because, like, during COVID, I got so used to, like, really only hanging out with, like, a very tight, like, group of friends. And, like, really, we would just be in my backyard, like, either grilling and, you know, having some beers and stuff. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, there was no going out. There was no parties and stuff, you know? So I guess that's kind of when the switch was.
Official,
yeah. Low-key, though.
Low-key type shit. That's cool, though. Like I said, bro, I'm a degenerate. I don't give a fuck. Real. As long as you don't try to, like, rape me or, like, fucking touch me in any way. As long as
we might have an issue.
Why? What you think about shit going on right now, man? We're going to war or what?
Against who?
I don't know, against the world, bro. I don't
know.
The Afghani president just got assassinated, or what is it, Iran? The Iran president just
Iran. I think it was
the
Iran.
president just died.
Well, I don't know. It seems like it could have been like natural, you know? Those fucking like helicopters that they're using, all their equipment is like old as fuck. It's like 20, 30, 40 years old. Who the fuck knows when? They don't have parts to like fix their aircraft or anything. It was foggy as shit. I saw like a clip of like a video of like the rescue team. You couldn't see shit. So it's like, honestly, it could have been either or.
It could have been.
It could have been. It could have been.
Or it could have been the CIA using the weather machines to make it foggy.
That's true.
So that he did
Though
die.
I feel like if they really wanted to kill the guy, pretty sure they could have got it done.
Yeah, but they want to make everything look like an accident.
That's true.
That way they have plausible deniability.
I guess. But, I mean, even if they did get blamed, who the fuck's gonna do anything about it, you get me?
Nah, for real.
Like, let's be so real. Who the fuck's gonna be like, fucking Iran's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go after the fucking U.S.
Iran's gonna be like, I'm standing on business.
Yeah, nah, that shit isn't gonna happen.
But you standing on your goats.
Like, they're fucking AKs from, like, since forever ago. Nah, they can't do shit.
30-year-old AKs.
Yeah, exactly. No, fuck no.
That shit crazy, boy.
Yeah, well, what do you think? What do you think on that?
I mean, I can philosophize and theorize and do all that shit, but at the end of the day, it's crazy, man. It's fucking.
It's still crazy. It's still crazy. So I want to say of like importance to the region died. You know.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that all these things keep adding up, because there's Israel-Palestine. There's that Iran president shit that just happened. There's, was it Iran that's shooting missiles at Israel or something like that?
I have no fucking clue.
Something like that. There's debt in America. There's fucking us getting our rights taken away little by little. We're getting chipped at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are all the conditions for a world war. Think about World War II.
I think.
Bro, in World War II, it happened because somebody assassinated a president.
That's World War I.
Was it one or
yeah.
two?
And it was like
Archduke of
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand. Yeah.
He got
How you know that
assassinated.
shit?
I don't fucking know.
Mm,
It's just like all the stupid shit in here, but somewhere in there,
yeah.
it was there. It was there hidden, and it just came out right now. It crawled out.
Bro,
But
why
yeah.
you still use Snapchat?
I fuck with it. Look, Leo's
Interesting.
texting me.
Bro, tell him to pull up. Tell him to pull
Tell
up.
him to pull up.
Bro,
I like Snapchat. I fuck with it. I
Yeah.
don't like texting through like just iMessage or whatever.
I like Snapchat because I'm a thought. Like
Oh.
I'm like a slut, so I'm like, ooh, disappearing messages. Yummy.
I guess. I could see that.
It's cool though, but I got banned. so
like
I'm
on Instagram, you slide up a little vanish mode. Ooh,
yeah,
getting
vanish
freaky,
mode. Vanish mode
getting
go
freaky in
crazy,
some
you know what I
vanish
mean?
mode. Yeah.
Nah, for real. You got bro, what's like your craziest party story? Because you be going out hella,
Craziest.
and I be
party
trying to
story.
like, I be trying to understand other people's points of views, especially people who are like super foreign my own. But like,
Honestly,
It's also
I don't
cool.
have that many like crazy party stories.
oh yeah,
I mean, what is the craziest thing that can happen? You get drunk as shit, blackout, make a fool out of yourself. You know,
I mean,
that's kind of the way it goes. Like,
that is true. That is
yeah.
true though.
And I mean, recently in like past years, I've really been like controlling my drinking for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like taking shots. Like I might take one or two, just because I know I can't handle my drinking way too much.
Bro,
So it's like I stick to like beers, light drinks,
Well,
or
I like your
like
shots.
mixed drinks. Nah, I hate shots. I hate it.
but shots get you fucked up, so you can keep doing shit without spending as much. Like you don't have to waste time drinking. I guess it's like a vibe thing. That's how
Yeah,
people
it's a
explained
vibe.
it
It's
to
a
me.
vibe thing, cause like I don't really just want to get drunk. You know, I kind of want to enjoy the process getting there.
I like that.
And like
That's nice.
And like if I'm not taking shots, I can control my drinking way more.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like let's say I've had like 15 beers, I'm feeling good, but I'm not feeling to that point where I'm like drunk as shit off of like 7, 8 shots, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can control my drinking way more by drinking something lighter.
You ain't afraid you're gonna be an alcoholic?
Nah, I know I
No?
can control that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. That's what alcoholics say.
I know that I'm consuming it and it's not consuming me.
Trying to be like Buddha right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
You get me?
I fuck with that. Nah, because I'm like, bro, I want to get addicted to something.
You
know what I mean?
want to get addicted to something?
Just so I can
Maybe to like
know.
the grind.
Gay as fuck. Nah. I want to get addicted to something so I can like understand what it's like to be addicted.
Yeah, like
'Cause I guess-
get in the mind.
I
Get
guess
in
you
the
can be
mind.
addicted to video games, but that's not the same thing.
No, you can't.
There's no
Well,
danger involved.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, you can be, bro.
I think
We've
I
all
think
been
I
addicted to
think
video
I think there
games.
can be a like
At one
some
point or
sort
another,
of
we were all
danger.
like, "Fuck it!" Like, I'm a game the fuck out this.
Yeah. I think there can be a danger to like being addicted to like video games and shit.
There can be a danger, but it's not the same as like, damn, I need another line.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I need to go make like
but like
300.
like for example, right? Like yeah, obviously it's not gonna be as worse as like bad as that. But like I know some friends that are like severely addicted to that shit. Like they will cancel plans also that they can just like stay home, fucking play video games
That's what
right
I'm
away.
saying.
And it's like, okay, every now and then you're like, I'd rather stay in. That makes sense, right? You're not really a type of person like going out and stuff, whatever, that's cool. But like for example, if I'm like telling a friend like, oh, pull up, we'll watch a movie or something, right? Just something chill.
Yeah.
Like, if you would just want to chill, be running away, there's nothing wrong with like doing it with other people. But if you're just like, nah, I'm gonna stay home and play video games, it's like, dude, you do that every fucking day. Go see your friend.
No,
you know?
facts.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It pissed me off too, especially because like people are getting lonelier and lonelier. So why the fuck would you want to be with online friends if it's already hard enough to like be
Yeah.
with people in real life?
Also, like,
I think it's a sickness. The same way being addicted to like meth is a sickness.
yeah,
But it's a sickness of the mind.
like, if you just like seclude yourself and shit, like for example, there's a lot of people that say like, oh, like I'm depressed, this and that, but then all they do is stay in their fucking room. Like, dude, go hang out with someone. You know, go outside. Like, I know they say that like as a joke and shit, but like I feel
Yeah.
like it's for real. You know, like,
I mean, how much of depression do you think is real depression, and then how much do you think is just shit people could get over if they just like did something with their lives?
I think nowadays, I wouldn't say that it like people exaggerate it themselves, but rather the environment that they're in. You know, because like for example, like, you know how crazy the TikTok algorithm is, right?
No offense.
Like anything that you're thinking of or like that you've been seeing recently, it'll start popping up. You know, you see a new show, all of a
Yeah.
sudden, boom, your entire feed is about that
Bro,
new
you like
show,
think
right?
of something, it's already
Yeah,
in your feed.
exactly. I don't know how
Your
the
feed is your
analytics
thoughts at
work,
this
but it's
point.
crazy.
The analytics, or it while you're asleep, it fucking gets inside your head
I don't know what it is.
through like
Seriously.
MF
Like a
waves or
little
some
robot
shit.
comes out of your phone, connects yourself.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some shit like Bluetooth where they could like read parts of our brainwaves.
That'd be cool. They would not want to see my brainwaves.
Man, that shit scary.
It'd be like an acid dream. That's all they would see.
Acid dream?
Yeah.
All you get is like gay porn. Like, what the fuck?
But
You're, like,
yeah.
liking that shit.
So like, if you're being depressed and shit right nowadays, and you mention it to someone, they're gonna be like, "Oh, like you need to seek help, this and that." You're like on TikTok and shit. You're gonna start seeing a bunch of like depressive like posts and shit, and it's like, if you surround yourself with negativity, you yourself are gonna be affected by it. You know, like people are so fucking like vulnerable to like their surroundings. You know, like kind of like almost like how propaganda works. You know, it's like you're not aware of it, but it's like affecting you and shit.
Right. Subconsciously.
Subconsciously, yeah. So I think that just makes the situation worse, because like, you really think that people back in the day were like as depressed as like some of the fucking
Bro,
kids are
people
now?
back then were balling it the fuck off.
Exactly.
I could beat my wife and then go take a fucking line of coke, do my secretary, and then go work.
She'd be fine.
She'd
Like
be
she
fine.
might complain about it, but like she'll walk it off.
I mean, I think the problem is, bro. Okay, here's the thing. I watch a lot of, like YouTube and like TikTok, but specifically like things related to psychology, sociology, blah blah blah. Right? We're highfalutin shit. The thing is, humans were meant to be around other humans. We are social animals. The same way like mice live in colonies, the same way like lions live in packs, the same way wolves live in packs, like all that shit. We are like that. The problem with America is we're hyper individualistic. That's okay to a certain extent, but most people are not like that, bro. Most people need to be around other people, their friends, their family.
And I
They
feel like a
can't
lot of
just-
people don't even like know that, you know?
A lot of people don't, but it's on purpose. I feel like it's because here's the problem. What your society is built off of is what becomes the ideal, and the American ideal is, you're an entrepreneur, you made it by yourself, you grinded and hustled your entire life, and now you're like a billionaire. But that's like less than 1% of the human population.
Yeah.
No, bro, your mind cannot be like that. You can't like force yourself to be like that. You have to be born like that. And like 90% of people will never even be like that. So to make that the ideal is to make make the other 90% of the population suffer. And that's like really fucked up.
Suffer in which way?
Well, imagine I told you to be a man, you have to never see your friends, work 24/7,
Basically installing an idea onto them.
delay everything happening in your life until you hit 30, and then you go have fun. 99% of men would be like, fuck that. That sounds that sounds like hell. Why would I do that to myself? And like, you can't. It's fucked up, bro, because most people aren't like that. So that's why everyone suffers as a result. I mean, that's why we love like rappers, because they fit that ideal, or at least they say they're like that, and so we reward them for that. That's why you love people like Wolf of Wall Street, because they are that archetype. They made it by themselves. They make hella money. They bang hella girls. They do hella drugs. All that shit. In America, everything's bigger. So the problem is, bro, like, it's a fucking false idea of reality that was sold to us in order to probably get more products, honestly. Because Americans consume everything.
I would imagine that the ideal came from like the fact that like a bunch of like immigrants were like coming into the nation. It's like the land of opportunity, you know. It's like you would come here and like prosper, as like you would leave like the foreign country for a reason, you know. It's like war or like famine or simply
just
put
opportunity.
simply put an opportunity in the United States.
Yeah.
You come here, right? Maybe get an education, find a good job, raise your family, and then have a better standard for your kids, you know? I feel like that's where it was really born from. But then I feel like later on, it probably got taken like as a society, we kind of used it.
It got perverted. That's the
Exactly.
problem.
Yeah.
People took that.
I wouldn't say that it's right or wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm not really smart enough to say, like,
I mean,
oh, it's the
different
right
societies
thing.
have different structures, and that's why they have a certain thing as the ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally where were you born in the world? That's probably how you're gonna end up.
Yeah,
There's like,
of course.
There's like hella studies on it. If you're like a fucking Arab dude, you're probably gonna be Muslim. You're probably gonna stay there. You're probably gonna herd goats or some shit. You know what I mean? If you're born in America, same shit. Like, it's just it all depends where you're born. The whole like mythology of everyone's like an individual, blah blah blah. It's like, no, most of the time we become our surroundings.
Yeah,
That's why
do.
your surroundings are so important. If you're born in a shit place, you're probably gonna be a shit person, and it's low key not even your fault. You're just born into
It's
dirt.
not. If you're
And so you
born
become
into
dirt.
it, you know, like shit sucks.
You know what I mean? But nah, I was it was supposed to be a fun episode, bro.
Oh shit, my bad.
I should have told you from the beginning. My mind goes to like dark places. So let me let you lead the conversation, bro. I'm like, we already got
All
the
right.
topic of what the man. I don't know. This
All
shit
right,
crazy.
fun conversation.
Fun
Tell me about your style.
my style.
Yeah,
Bro, Damecore go crazy.
Damecore. What
Damecore
is
go
Damecore?
crazy.
Explain it.
No, because the thing about Damecore is like it's a combination of everything I've been through in my life. I mean, obviously that's what everybody's style is.
Well, let's start it off first.
Oh,
Where did
Lord.
Dame come from?
Well, because Dame.
Yeah,
Like,
but
my nickname.
what's it called? Where'd you get your nickname?
I just sound cool, bro.
It's just cool.
Oh, the bitches call me Dame.
Bitches love it.
Bitches love it. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
It's like Tone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tony with an I, like some shit like Tone. You know what I mean? That's why, bro. If my name was Tony, I'd be like, I'm Tone.
I'm Tone.
I'm Tone.
Okay.
You know, I would be like that. I feel like you gotta make your name sexy for the bitches.
For the hoes. They gotta love it. They gotta love it.
Nah, literally for the
For
hoes,
sure.
bro.
You gotta be interesting for the hoes, because if not, you're gonna be like every other dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Shit's getting weird.
You gotta stand out. You gotta stand out some way, somehow.
I think. Have you noticed that girls are getting more conservative, and so are guys?
I feel like younger generations are getting more conservative.
I know, but why do you think that is?
All I know is what I can see. And like I used to know a bunch of girls that were like, or like guys too, right? Like for example, back in high school, that were real like very liberal or like very conservative, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But as kind of they grow up, they kind of start.
They have to like pay taxes.
They have
or,
to pay
like,
taxes. They got to go to work, and it's like I feel like that really molds your perspective on things, you know. And like for example, now I see some girl that like back in the day was very liberal, now posting shit like, oh, like abortion's bad or
No
whatever.
way.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think obviously as kids you're gonna have like certain opinions, and like when you grow up you're gonna like grow out of them or like change your mind, you know. I just think that's a natural process, you know.
So you think it's more natural?
I do.
Interesting, because I didn't really think of it being natural.
Because also like a few years ago, I mean, think about how like the divide between like left and right is right now.
Oh, fast.
Really, it started 2015 and on, like with social media, you know? Because like before it was really more for adults, you know? Like you'd see it on
but
the
then we grew up.
news, you'd see it on TV or whatever. But now it's like we started getting phones, right? Social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. We started seeing posts about it, and like kids got access to phones around those times as those apps were like coming out. And so I think that kids were influenced a lot, either right or left, you know?
Yeah.
And so like they like got strong opinions of it, but now that they're growing up, they're learning for themselves, and they're finally making their own opinions, forming their own realities in their heads about it, you know?
That's a real white-pilled version of events. I'm like black-pilled on all this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds real nice when you put it like that. It's like, oh yeah, people just grow up and they learn different things.
I think so. I think I'm real, like, what makes common sense, you know? Like, from a common sense point of view.
I forget who said the quote, but somebody was like, it has to be, what did they say? They're like, if you have to choose between if they did it for calculated reasons or just because they're
Like,
stupid.
shit happens.
Yeah, it's probably because they're stupid. Like,
Oh,
they
okay.
probably didn't actively plan something
Yeah,
out.
kind of like
It's like people
let's say you
thinking,
invite a friend over, and they're late. There's either two options. One, they were naive and didn't care about you enough to like get there on time, or two, other outside forces prevented them from getting there on time, right? And so you kind of like in your head, you're like, it was one or the other, and you end up choosing like, oh, maybe he was late because he was asleep and didn't feel like getting out of bed, even though he knew that he had like this thing with you, or B, he was stuck in traffic, you know. So it's really like forming your own opinion out of that, but it's like it's really biased to say like, oh, it's because they didn't feel like getting out of bed to come see me, you know. When
yeah.
it's like it could have just been traffic.
Nah, I'm real neurotic, bro. I think everyone's fucking out to get me.
Yeah, you think so? I
Nah,
don't think so.
I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. Not really, because you know what I mean. That's like a very weird take, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, why the fuck are you like failing me? Like, come on, bro.
Like it's me, it's Danecore, yeah.
Dang, nah. I just because I try to put that center in myself too. If I like say I'm gonna be there for somebody, like I try
You're
to
gonna
be
get
there.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what friends are for. You know what I mean? It's because I'm probably autistic or something.
Yeah,
I have
same.
like rules. I'm like don't break the rules. Because if you break the rules, like you're like fucking evil or something. But that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that shit too, because it's like, I would want someone to be there for me,
Exactly.
you know? So it's like, I'm gonna do the same thing.
It's literally in the Bible. Like, come on.
You religious?
That's a complicated question.
Let's get into that.
I'm like, there's definitely got to be a God, but then
For sure.
sometimes I'm like, fuck, like, is this all just in our head and
You know,
programmed?
I feel like if we can make the internet out of dirt and rocks, I want to say that we're somewhat smart, right? People as a whole. Now, we are a pattern-seeking animal. We see patterns everywhere, right? You ever look at a cloud and you're like, oh, it looks like a fucking dragon, right? You try to find patterns. That's the way that our minds work. I think you can look at the way that the universe works. The fact that there's laws to it, right? Like Newton's laws, for example, right? The fact that there's laws to it, it dictates a lawmaker.
You think?
I do. I think that makes perfect sense. Because, like, I remember I had seen this one post, right? And basically the guy was explaining basically like the same thing. And he was like, let's say you grab someone, let's say from like an island, right? He's never been to the US or anything. You plop him right in front of Mount Rushmore. He sees the faces carved on the wall of the mountain, right? You think he thinks, wow, I can't believe that after 1,000,000 years of erosion from rain, it was perfectly a couple faces, right? Or do you think, oh, somebody made that shit?
Well, obviously he's gonna think somebody made that shit because
Exactly.
it looks like him.
Exactly. So when you see a universe governed by laws, you don't think, oh, there was a lawmaker, somebody made that, somebody designed that, because there is very clear design.
That's
I think
a
that much.
fallacy that has a name to it that I don't remember, but it's something like survivor's fallacy or something like that, where because everything goes right for you, you think there has to be a reason for it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I guess
Imagine like this. People are like, oh, there has to be a God because if the Earth was off by 5 degrees,
Right.
we'd be dead, right? Bro,
It could just be
you're alive.
coincidence.
You're alive
Yeah.
because the Earth is like that. If it wasn't like that, you wouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You being like there has to be a God, there has to be all that, bro. Nothing would exist without things being perfectly the way they are. And look how many other billions of planets in the universe that are uninhabitable. Well, they're dead. There's nothing there, right? We just got lucky.
I want to say, at what point, like, because it's like, it's like there was this amount of chance of it happening, right? At what point is that, like, chance of it happening, like a 0.0000 whatever, like, chance of it happening? At what point is that too much of a coincidence?
Well, the problem is, you can make you can see as many coincidences as you want, but the fact that everything exists the way it is doesn't mean it can't exist in a different way somewhere else. But we're so primitive that we wouldn't even be able to know about it.
Yeah.
Because look, we're like super young compared to the Earth. We're like only like 10,000 years old as humans.
I
But
think it was something like 25. I don't even know.
something
I'm
like
fucking
that.
stupid.
But the thing is, it's like a good example would be somebody survives a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh my God, this has to be God that
Yeah,
saved
like
my
God
life.
saved me. When it's
Divinely
just
ordained.
dude,
But
it just so happened that you didn't
100
die.
other people got in plane crashes and died.
Yeah.
You just got lucky.
You know, that's one thing that like I never get, because like they're always like, oh, like God's protecting me or whatever, right?
Mhm.
But it's like it could just be that like nothing bad has happened to you, right? Because I'm sure there's like a million good people that have gotten killed, you know, or like something tragic has happened to them.
I literally watched the middle-aged dude who I used to respect on YouTube. His name's CRP. But he talked about that. Don't think, oh, because you have brains, oh, because you're rich, oh, because you're good looking, that you deserve it. Bro, there's people who work harder than you, who are better people than you,
Mm-hmm.
who have way more talent than you, that never get the opportunities you do,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. Things are like random. You trying to apply a pattern to it, maybe it works for you, but you're lucky if
Yeah.
you can even believe in that shit. There are people born in the middle of the Congo who get like slaughtered by a fucking tiger before they reach the age of like
Real.
5.
Or like
You know what I
they're
mean?
born and
You
like
think
boom,
they
they're,
believe in
they're
God?
immediately put into like a fucking like
Bro,
diamond slave camp, you know?
If you believe in God and you're Jewish during World War II and you get to Auschwitz,
It's like,
how does
do you-
God
do you-
exist?
Yeah.
How does God let that shit happen to you?
I
They
think,
put a number on you, they put a barcode on you, and then they put you in chambers and fucking mustard all over you till you die?
yeah.
Pause?
Is that like why
You
you,
know what I mean?
like personally wouldn't like believe in like, let's say like the Christian God or something?
I would say that
Kind of through the lens of like, oh,
the Abraham-
if God loves me, then like, why would he allow like suffering to happen to me? You know?
if you believe in the Abrahamic God, I would disagree with you. But if you say I believe there might be a God, I'm like, you know what? I can probably agree to that. But I don't know if I'm just lying to myself or if it's pre-programmed into me. Have you ever watched the series True Detective?
No, I haven't.
Bro, you need to see that shit.
It's good?
With Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. The dudes are like half brothers, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in the show, one of them's a nihilist, where like he believes that nothing matters, and he brings up that all the time that he wants to kill himself, but he doesn't have the constitution, and he's like pre-programmed to not want to kill himself and to want justice and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's just part of the shows.
Okay,
But I think that applies to people too.
I want to say one thing that like I kind of like came into my mind from that.
What's up, man?
The question of like morality.
Mm-hmm.
If there is no God, where does morality truly come from?
I would say it's super easy. Morality is
Like a
do
social
unto
construct.
do unto others what you want done unto yourself,
Well,
or something to that effect. I don't want
I
you to
agree.
kill me, so I won't try and kill you either.
mhm.
That's like simple. It's monkey
But
morality. like,
let's say if there truly was no morality, at least that's embedded into us
mhm,
from a higher being,
mhm,
right? If everything was just a coincidence, right?
mhm.
Why would we have that?
Why would we have
I guess
morality?
yeah, I guess you could see it from like a maybe like a survival point of view, kind of like evolution thing, where it's like, oh, it's beneficial to work in groups,
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure, bro.
But
We're group creatures.
I think
There
that
has to be like
I
a
think
form of morality.
I think that people are very very just like self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone really is looking out for themselves.
Bro, there's something I struggled with too, because I'm like, I thought about it too, because I used to, like, I'm an Aquarius, like in
Uh-huh.
astrology and shit. And so I think
So
part
am
of when we born.
February 7th.
Crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, when were you born?
February 5th. Shit, that's crazy though. I
Yeah,
didn't know
that
you
is
was
crazy.
Aquarius. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, great minds think alike. Don't play with us. Nah, but that's something I struggle with too, because I'm like, I wonder, like, I want everyone to succeed and live and be happy and smile and get what they want. But when you really look at people and you read books or study shit like Machiavelli, you realize how self-centered and evil people are. And it's the concept of the banality of evil. Banality of evil. Do you know what, like,
Not church.
Banal means? Banal means boring, simple, common, normal looking, something that doesn't catch your eye at all. That's what evil really is. And that's why we're so scared of people like psychopaths. Bro, these people who look like normal accounts, but they would slaughter you without a second thought.
Yeah.
But they're banal. They look common, normal, versus like a skinhead Aryan who looks scary as fuck. But all the time there's motorcycle gangs who help little girls and like SA victims and stuff like that. And
Even though they like
people
look
in the
scary
world.
and stuff.
And then you have this normal looking dude like Carlos. and bro, he will torture you in ways you didn't even know existed. The banality of evil. It's so normal looking that you can't even comprehend that aspect of it unless you have it done to you. It's the same way we treat cockroaches and ants. You see an ant, you see a cockroach, you don't think, oh, it's a creature. You're just like...
Yeah, you just splat that shit.
But you don't have an emotion
There's
towards
like
it.
one right there that I splat yesterday.
And you don't feel any type of way about it. That's the banality of evil.
I think that people...
And that's inside of everybody, by the way.
I think that people are naturally born as completely selfish. Or like evil in a type of way.
See, that's a concept I gotta like get in my mind.
Because listen, you know how kids are, right? I'm sure you've been around kids and shit.
Oh, for sure.
Do you teach a kid to not share? Or do you teach a kid, hey, you gotta share, right?
That's facts, though.
Kids are always selfish. They always want the toys to themselves. They always, like, if a kid has, like, a new brother or sister, they hate whenever their parents are, like, putting more attention towards, like, that new family member as opposed to them. It's like, you gotta teach your kid morals and stuff. I think that people are inherently evil.
It's because, like, I want to disagree with you, but I really can't. But I don't know why I want to disagree with you so bad.
I think to anything you should want to disagree. I think that's good because it's like if you just like
what's up?
If you just look at things from like one lens, you're never gonna get anywhere. You have to like try to like dispute things, no matter if it might be a good thing or not.
No facts, though.
You got to look at it from different directions.
That's fact. People just want you to accept their version of the truth.
Exactly.
They hate when you question that shit, especially nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
Like for example, no matter what you think, when people question like the jab, the lockdowns, all that shit, getting the vaccine, fucking why we send aid places, like all that shit, or like when you like mention crazy shit like what is race or like what is gender or like are we evolved like this or is it like all constructed? They hate when you ask questions. They're like, what the fuck are you saying?
I think
Stop talking.
Also, people
what?
just I feel like everyone assumes that they are right. You get me?
That's
like
facts,
you ever like hear someone talking, you're like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, facts.
What if you're the fucking idiot? You just don't know.
Because
Because everyone has that built into them. You know?
I don't think I'm a fucking idiot. I think I'm the only right person in the world.
Exactly. Everyone does. Everyone does. That's like completely
But I think you
natural.
need to bring that back. Everyone's so scared to claim that they know what's going on nowadays that everyone seems like a pansy. I'm talking about men only. Not,
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think the way that it should be is like, yes, if you 100% believe this, put it out there, right? Say this is what you believe in. Say, hey, everyone else, I think you guys are fucking stupid. This is what I believe in. Prove me wrong. You get me? Because
Just so you know,
great?
I'm right about everything.
He is right about everything. I will agree with that.
No, because I don't have an ego about information. I'm not like I'm right because I'm fucking me. I'm right because I listen to everything and then I see what makes sense.
Yeah.
There are some fucking retards in the world who are like, I have all these degrees. I'm right. Bro, shut the Who do I think would win between Ben Shapiro?
You think Ben Shapiro?
Because even though he's Jewish, like he's still younger than Jordan
That's
Peterson.
true. I don't think he's got it in him though.
He wouldn't kill him, but I feel like if his life was on the line, he would be like facts and logic, and then like hit him.
No, I feel like he might get like his little like Jewish hat and like throw it at him or something.
Yeah.
But then like the other dude, you know, he does like the carnivore diet. I feel like he's just built different. So
Jordan Peterson?
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson's built like a twig, bro. He's
Yeah,
like
I know, but
70-something.
I feel like it's indestructible.
I feel like Jordan Peterson would fight dirty, but claim he's moral. He's morally superior. Like he'll be like, facts, the logic's on my side, and then he'll throw sand in Ben Shapiro's face, and then like pull out a knife or like wrap his belt around Ben Shapiro's neck and start pulling.
I think Jordan Peterson would win.
I think he's like a twig, bro. He probably weighs like 80 pounds.
He is
cried
for sure.
when he got made fun of.
He is for sure, but
it's sad,
I do
though.
think he would win.
It's sad though, bro. He used to be cool as fuck. Now he's just getting weirder. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, people grow old, you know.
Yeah.
People grow old. What can you do
That's
about
crazy. That's a concept that somebody like Sam Hyde introduced me to. That old people are not people anymore. They're like a time capsule from their era that just repeat things.
Mm-hmm.
They're not people anymore. And I'm like, bro, I want to die before I get to that point. I don't want to be like I don't want to be like a robot.
I think that's scary because it's like, I don't want to have the same opinions my entire life, you know?
No, for real.
Because like the world changes, the environment changes.
Shit.
Yeah, I feel like I want my opinions to change. I don't always want to be the same basic old motherfucker as always.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to be someone new. Like every day I wake up, I want to be someone new.
That's far though.
You know, it might be little things here and there, but like if you don't change, then who are you except the same person like so many fucking years ago? It's like that's so fucking boring because you haven't grown up.
Yeah, that's facts. So I'm gonna turn off this camera. I'm
gonna
turn off this camera and start firing you. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about me. No, but seriously though, who's like the most liberal person you met? Because you're in San Antonio, so I know that it's a little different. Even it's kind of weird how Mexicans are like, they're like what's the word? They're like resistant to like left liberal ideology.
Dude,
there's like a wall, low key.
Mexicans are 100% conservative. From Mexico, 100%.
Oh, from Mexico?
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. It's always like,
bro.
It's always like the first like generation that was born here that is like Mexican. Those are usually like the liberal ones.
Yeah.
But then they started making like $60K a year and they turn full Republican.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Once they start making money, they just turn Republican.
Oh, it's the same reason Mexicans have a bunch of kids. They do
have a shit ton of kids. Yeah.
It's like you just believe, you just go off vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like, let me think about why I should have a kid. You're like, I just feel like having a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
they're not worried whether they can fucking afford a kid or not.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck it, I want a fucking kid. Why not?
Yeah, and I'll figure out the rest later.
I think that's such a vibe.
It's very noble in a certain sense. Because it's a concept that I learned about off YouTube, where like the way we think about things now is, oh, let me prove this, let me prove that, let me da. And that came from a certain philosopher. I forget who. Maybe it was Plato, or maybe it was somebody else.
It was probably me.
Oh, no, you don't know this fuck then, bro. Because the whole idea was, let's ask questions and keep asking questions until we get to the answer. But there's another idea or way of thinking that also came from Greece, which was, I feel like doing this, or I'm going to do this because I want to. I'm not going to explain anything. I just want to do this, or I feel like doing this, and you just go do it.
Yeah, like you randomly just get urges to do something.
An example would be like, the example used in the video was like, oh, this guy was a general, he was a fighter, he also played music. He also never really explained anything. He just would do things.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like a philosopher who sits down all day thinking and trying to explain things. Who had the more full life?
Mm-hmm.
Who did more shit? And who was happier overall? Sometimes you don't need to explain anything to anybody. Mm-hmm. And fuck anyone who tries to get you to explain, because they probably can't bench 220.
They can't bench 225. They can't say shit.
I feel like benching 225. Meanwhile, you're thinking about, should I ask her out?
Yeah.
Just go and do.
Just go and do it.
And
I mean,
it's no. Go ahead.
Because it's like, why would you not do the things you want to do?
You shouldn't have to explain yourself.
What are you fucking scared of?
That's the thing with me. I try to like answer every question the way I just mentioned, but bro, why do you need to explain yourself to anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you asking me? Especially a stranger. Especially a stranger who's like, why are you doing this? Why do you say that? Why do you, It's like, I just want to. I feel like it. I don't need to explain anything.
Well, what if like
to anybody.
You're like in a grocery store and you just like felt like stabbing an old lady?
Okay, well that's different, though. That's like you have murderous intent. You're like evil, low key.
Yeah, but you feel like doing it. You don't gotta answer that anymore.
It's crazy too, because I feel like the stronger you get, the more noble you get, or the kinder you are.
You think so?
Bro, name me one successful person who's outwardly cruel. Okay. I put it a wrong way. How do I explain this? Bro, most of the time, people who are successful and people who got shit going on are not drama queens. They don't act cruel on purpose. They don't hold on to grudges.
Hold on, could I say something there?
Whoa.
But like, if it's someone that's successful that is like on the spotlight, it's not convenient for them to act that way.
Here's the thing though, why do you want the spotlight? What kind of narcissistic ass person is
No,
like, I want to be famous?
we're talking about people that like we know like how they act and stuff, right?
That's the fucked up part. We only have examples of people who are famous.
Exactly.
But it's like, why do you want to be famous that bad?
I don't know. I don't know if I would want to be famous.
No, because I'm saying, think about all the examples you can think of. Did they want fame, or do they just happen to be famous?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, it's they want to be famous. That's like some kind of urge inside of you, and maybe it's narcissistic, maybe it's not. But most of the time, if somebody says they want to be famous, there's something there.
I think it might
know what I mean?
it might be that like, for example, me, I like being liked. You know, I like for people to say like, "Oh, Tony's
But that's
cool."
different from being like, I want to be famous.
Well, yeah, but like
I want strangers to like me.
maybe it's just that, but like, kind of exaggerated, you know, or like to the next level. I wouldn't say that it's right or wrong. I would just say like that might be where it comes from.
I think that's low key a disease, like a I don't know where it comes from. Maybe emotional.
Like, why do you have the need for it?
Why do you want to be famous that bad?
Yeah.
And you're a man. Like if you're a girl, I get that.
Yeah.
It's like programmed into you.
Yeah, I feel like girls,
But
they
if
just
you're
want
a-
to be little pop stars or whatever, right?
But if you're a straight guy, like if you're gay, like okay, like I get that
I get
too.
it.
If you're a straight guy and you're like, I
If
want
you're a
to
dude,
be famous.
If you're a dude and you're not okay with just living the rest of your life in a cabin with a dog and like a little family, there might be something wrong.
Hey man, to each his own. To each his own, bro.
I don't know. I feel like you should be content with like.
At one point in my life, I would like that. That sounds really nice.
What do you want?
Bro, you asking the wrong questions, bro.
What do you
supposed to
want?
be on some funny shit. We supposed to,
No, let's make it interesting. Let's switch it up
bro. We should have had a TV with like clips,
with clips. All that.
with like dumbass clips, so we
Yeah.
could like make fun of them.
Yeah, that'd be
like
awesome.
liberals most wanted. or some
Uh-huh.
shit. It's crazy how I'm like leftist, and even I make fun of liberal people.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, nah, I don't want the government to come after me. I'm not gonna say what I am, but